My name is Millicent Olivares.
And my name is Augusto Contreras,
And
you
you're
are
watching
watching
Feature
Feature
Fridays
Fridays
on
on
Bronc
Bronc
TV.
TV.
Welcome, Bronx, to Feature Fridays. I'm Oscar Margain, and we are at the set of The Clockmaker from Córdoba, a play from Emilio Carballido. And this play has been directed by Dr. Eric Wiley from the UTPA Theater Department. And our guests today are from the cast of The Clockmaker from Córdoba and also the assistant director to Dr. Wiley. Welcome. Welcome. Thank you for coming.
Thank you very much.
And let's start with you, Roberto. This is an obvious question. Why choose to work on this play, on the Clockmaker from Córdoba? Why a play from Emilio Carballido?
Well, first of all, it's because I'm a really good friend of Dr. Wiley ever since I was here, a student. And then we've been working together in several projects, so he approached me with this script by Carballido, and Carballido is a very famous Mexican playwright. So all Mexicans know about Carballido. So he approached to me and he said, well, you know what, there hasn't been a play like this done at the university in 40 years of history of the university's theater. We haven't, he said, I don't think we have done a Mexican play before. So he approached me and he said, you know what, I think it's time, especially because of the situation that's going on in Mexico right now. I think it's time for for the university to have a play like this shown. So he approached me with a project, and I said, yeah, okay. So that's basically why, because it reflects the culture of of Mexico, and since 90% of the population here is Hispanic, well, it's also part of the culture.
Now, as far as the production of this play, explain how did the whole process start, working with Dr. Wiley and putting this whole project together?
Well, the process started with the script. It always starts with the script. Dr. Wiley found the script, had found the translation for the script. There aren't a lot of translations for Carballido's work, especially because he did so many. He found the translation, fell in love with it, and that's the first thing that you should do as a director, I think. Fall in love with what you're doing. So he fell in love with the project, fell in love with the script. And then he got together with me, and we started seeing in different ways how we could approach the project. He got another team member, very important for the project, who's Russell, the stage manager, Russell Giardello. And so he approached him, and then next thing you know, we were doing auditions already, and then the process came together.
Mm-hmm. Could you guys add to a little bit of what Roberto has said about he just touched barely on how it was to work with Dr. Wiley. How did it feel to work with this director, the cast and the crew for you guys? You can start.
Well, coming from high school, it's my first year here. I've never been in a play with this big of a cast. I'm really just used to, 8 people total. So that was kind of a big shock, but at the same time, it makes it a lot more fun, and it's really easy to get along with these people. They love what they do, especially Dr. Wiley. He's very patient, and I think what I like the most about him is, he really tries to make you dig deep into character. He asks you a lot of questions, how you think your character feels about this and that, and I really liked that. I really liked working with everybody on the show, and Dr. Wiley, they were all really great, and I think it shows. I think you can see how much fun we had when you see us perform.
I was here the other day to take some B-roll. I was on the set, and I noticed there was a warm-up session going on. Everybody was in a circle, and you were leading that session. People started shouting out words to kind of like relieve the stress and everybody, so that everybody would stop being tense. And how does it feel to interact, and how does it feel to work with the cast and the crew for this play?
Well, this is a whole new experience for me. I just came from Mexico 3 months ago, and working for an American group and American team in a play. It's a whole new experience, as I said. We used to warm up before the play in order, to relieve all the tense, all the stress from the day. You know,
Yeah.
we forgot about all our problems. We get aware of what we are doing, being in the present, trying to feel the present, to share some energy. So that's the reason we do this kind of exercise, to be in the present, to be in the moment, to focus, to concentrate in our character, and trying to be more sharing energy with all the team members.
And what challenges did you encounter in preparation for the main character, which was Martin Gama, the clockmaker?
Well, for me, this is a huge challenge. You know, like I just said, I came here 3 months ago, and this is my first play in English. I never performed in English before, so the language is my first challenge. The accent too. I have a lot of work to do yet. You know, like I'm still working on it. Every day is a new experience for me. Every day I learn new words and how to say it, how to pronounce it. So that's my biggest challenge, I think. And also work in the United States for the first time is also another challenge, because the rules are different, the discipline is different, the way you treat we treat each other is a little bit different. It's a cultural challenge too.
Now, Millicent, you've come a sort of an underdog in this whole play, being a freshman and also a broadcast major, not a theater major. What, in your opinion, won you the leading role in the female character in this play?
Well, I mean, I've always loved theater, even though it's my major is broadcast journalism. And all throughout high school, I was very involved in theater. Every single year, I tried to do more and take on more. And you know, when I came into auditions, I was very nervous, just because, like you said, it is a different experience. You know, you come into auditions as a little freshman, and everybody already knows each other here. They're very close here. So to see that at auditions, I was very afraid, and I thought, oh my gosh, you know, of course not going to pay attention to me. So I really came in and auditioned for Dr. Wiley, and you know, I did tell him about my experience in high school, and he questioned me a lot about that, and you know, I told him I'm ready. I think I'm prepared. I've been working hard, and I think I can take that next step. So I think really what got me this role was my background, and I'm hoping, you know, just if he thinks so, I hope he thinks so. Just, you know, my work ethic and my excitement. I was very excited to do it, and I think he kind of saw that in my audition.
And now you had to work together because your characters, actually there's romance in the play, and your characters are a couple. How were you able to find that chemistry between Casilda and Martin enough to make the audience really believe in the romance? I mean, there's also some comedy in the play, and I was able to see that, but how did you work that out? Did you guys have to spend some more time off stage and on stage, or how did that work?
As Millie said, Dr. Wiley is a very good director who wants to know about what do you think about your character. So he said by, I don't know, like hours per week, you know,
Yeah.
like 4 or 5 hours per week with us, just talking about the characters, about the relationship between the characters, about how do we feel about the character, how do we feel as a person,
Right,
you know,
yeah.
like, so that's a great thing for us, you know, like, because through that we really met each other.
It helped a lot.
Now, what message do you think the audience is going to take after watching this play? They'll see you guys perform, and then they'll walk out, they'll go home. What do you think, in your opinion, the audience is going to take with them? And I'll try to get the opinion of everybody, and we'll start with Mili.
What I hope they take from it is just, you know, to appreciate what you have. I think, you know, throughout the whole play you see Martin, and, you know, in a way you feel what he feels, because, of course, you know, who doesn't want more things? Who doesn't want better than what they have? And, you know, at the end, I think it all just kind of comes together, and I really hope that they understand, you know, you need to appreciate what you have now, because in any moment your world can come crumbling down in a second, already, you know, being put to death, about to be executed, and, you know, you don't get that second chance all the time. So I hope that's what they take from it, to just appreciate now, to live in the moment now.
Yes, as Millie said, my character lived a tragedy, and I think, and I got this feeling that the audience is gonna maybe taking the sense of humor the Mexicans have about tragedies, because we laugh about everything, even if we are like in trouble, and that's part of our culture. So
Even
I hope,
today, even right now.
yeah, even right now, we're always like making jokes about what is happening, but it's because we want to laugh. We desire to laugh, even if we are in a very bad situation. We always like we want to die with a laugh in our face, with a smile on our face. And I hope they take that.
Roberto?
Well, I think one of the most important messages that I can add to what they already said is that the ruin for this character is materialism. And the author is talking about materialism as a cancer in our society and for the individual that corrupts everything, destroys spirituality, destroys even your own freedom. So I think the audience could walk out of here really reflecting on those topics. And for me, one of the most important things would be that we live in a very materialistic society, and that as you know, we're here, we're human beings, we're in this society, good or bad or whatever, but the bottom line is that if we continue with this materialistic approach to life, we're headed to our doom. And I think this play reflects about that.
And with that said, we'll conclude this episode. That's all the time we have, unfortunately, but I'd like to thank you all for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
If you want to catch this episode and all other segments from Bronc TV, log on to utpa.edu/Bronc Radio TV. Thank you very much, Bronx. Be safe.